Warning, past this point, you will see my titties. By continuing to watch, you promise that you will not bring them up in conversation because I will not know what to say. This is not an advertisement of any kind. There is no hidden motive. There is not a single link in the description. This is my real story of a real medicine that, glory to God, took me from this to this. Let's get into it. I have been fat for ever. There are some really old photos of times I don't remember, but for as long as I have known me, I have been round. Yet, contrary to popular belief, I was completely okay with that. It took years, but I truly loved every single pound of myself, and that was because I had to. Every pound was permanent because no matter what I did, I couldn't lose weight. I had tried every health food, multiple gym memberships. Shoot, I remember I was 11 at Gold's Gym with my mom, just begging the front desk staff to give me a membership a year under the minimum age because I was just that fat and hopeless. But it didn't matter if I was in the gym at 11 years old or 20. Losing weight just wasn't something my body did. Zoom in to December 2021. I'm in my apartment at my heaviest, 270 pounds. It could have been more, unlikely less, but I couldn't afford nor did I want a scale at the time. Summarizing a lot of testimony, the Lord told me that this time next year I'm going to weigh 212 pounds. And 6 months later, he told me to move in with my dad. I was really upset about that and I didn't truly believe the former. Fast forward 6 months later, I'm placed at my pop's, and a month later, I'm in a doctor's office. Another thing I wouldn't have been able to afford. The doctor mentions this medicine that had taken 3 of his patients from 300 pounds to something much slimmer. I don't remember the number, but the goal of the medicine is to curb my appetite to put me in a calorie deficit. Remember that word because we're going to be talking about it a lot later. After heavy consideration, I decided to start the medicine. Lucky for you, this journey was documented. Now, I'm sure you want the name of this medicine, but I'm not gonna give it to you yet, for a good reason. There was a lot I didn't realize I was signing up for by taking this medicine. So before you leave and go look it up and try to get it, I think it's important to go over all the problems of this medicine. October 2022. We begin. I received a box with 4 shots, alcohol pads, and I was told not to work out. Real quick, I just want to remind y'all that the Lord said I would be 212 pounds by December this year. Yeah, right. So what this medicine did was curb my appetite so I would eat less, aiming for a similar effect to a gastric bypass surgery. But instead of cutting my stomach smaller, instead it lowers my stomach activity entirely, lowering acid secretion, gastric emptying, and promoting satiation. All of this being with the goal to put me in a calorie deficit, which basically means less calories in than calories out. So using myself as an example, existing takes calories. Talking, sitting, my heart beating, all takes energy. Food is energy. Energy is calories. So my total daily energy expenditure as a big, beautiful, buff, brown, black man is about 3,000 calories. So if I ate 2,500 calories daily, I would then lose weight. Congratulations, this information was not told to me until I was 20 years old. So I tell you all that because my body reacted really well to the medicine. I went from 4 meals a day, 6 snacks, and 8 sodas to 1 meal a day. It was really easy to fall into a calorie deficit. Too easy. In fact, I almost died. Slight hyperbole, but the first week I got this medicine, my dad made some really good mac and cheese. Not a pot, but 2 whole trays. So day 1, at about 2 o'clock, I'm eating for the first time. And this mac and cheese is heavenly, amazing, great meal. Day 2, I get hungry for the first time at about 1-ish, which is about time because I want some of that good mac and cheese. Heat it up, eat it, it's fine. Next day, I wake up feeling sick. Like I'm feeling like muck, just sluggish, groggy, but I want some mac and cheese. So I heat it up, I'm eating it, barely enjoying it, and then it hits me that for the last 3 days I have eaten nothing but noodles, cheese, and grease. I am dying from malnutrition. So problem 1, you gotta know how to eat. If you're gonna be eating 1 meal a day, you need to make sure this meal has your actual nutrients. But after learning how to eat a whole meal, here are the results from the first month. So I actually don't have photos of October, but I do have this one photo in my notes app. This has everything in it from the beginning of this journey to now, and I weigh myself every 5th of the month, the 5th, 15th, and 25th. And from October 5th to the 25th, for the first time ever, I lost weight. That shattered so many walls in my head. Just from changing the way I ate, I began to lose weight. The impossible happening right in front of me. The reason there's no beginning photos is because I truly thought this would just be another failure. Lord knows, this isn't the first attempt. I don't even know what number it is. But for the first time ever, I saw progress. For the first time ever, the impossible was happening. For the first time ever, I could do it. Can I get to the girls? Sweet girls. Show me the way. November 2022. At the beginning of the month, I was told that I could work out again since, there was much less risk of me dying via malnutrition. But I couldn't go crazy because I literally had less fuel in the tank. So I did what was probably the most powerful move I could do, and you can do this too. I went into the gym unashamedly new. I had a workout book given to me by the strongest guy I knew in my left hand, and a phone, YouTube tutorials open on my right. And my number one goal was to learn form. Here are the results of the 5th, 15th, and the 25th was Thanksgiving. So I actually don't have a photo, but thanks to my mama, we have a really good showcase of this medicine doing its job. Here is a picture of my Thanksgiving plate, and my mama snapped. We got mashed potatoes, cornbread, mac and cheese, and I did not know this was legal, but the entire animal kingdom is on this plate. We got salmon, turkey, chicken, beef brisket, lamb chops. Anyone sitting in front of this plate would kill it. And here are some pictures of me struggling to finish it. We got a bite of cornbread, half the salmon, a lamb chop. So if I could give any uncontested praise to this medicine, my grocery bill went down significantly. Look at this dude. These were the tightest clothes I owned. They're still very bad with showing the nipples. But these were the smallest clothes I owned. And now they fit a little loose. They a little bit of slag on them. I'm going to start this month off by talking about the main side effects of this medicine. And for me, that was really one: nausea. This medicine will make me feel sick often. Now, I'm not a gaggy person. I don't throw up or cry or fart, ladies. I'm saying, when I tell you this medicine just made my gag reflex so sensitive, you know how you gag every time you brush your tongue? If I gagged, my entire stomach would just curl up into a ball, and I'm just on edge for the next 30 minutes. There's a good 4-ish times where I vividly remember throwing up, and it was after fast food, Taco Bell, Steak and Shake, and McDonald's. Now, I wasn't upset at this because, weight loss, but it did have me curious why if I made a burger at home, I was fine, but if it was from McDonald's, I would die. Just food for thought. Here are the results. The 5th, 15th, and the 25th was Christmas. Maybe I should have picked better dates, but I do have this photo. Christmas. So December 26th, I weighed 217 pounds, and December was almost over, but I still had this promise. Now, you would think I would do some super hard training or start a cut, but I didn't know what a cut was, and I didn't know fitness. Now, I have no way to prove this, but I did nothing extra from the 26th forward. I actually vividly remember these days because I was meeting my stepmom's family for the first time. It was a 2-hour drive from my house to where they were celebrating New Year's, so my family got a hotel in the area. And as far as my eating, I don't know why, but I have a screenshot on December 31st, 11:50 a.m. of a McDonald's receipt. Further proof, I wasn't doing anything special. And I don't know if you remember the nausea I was talking about, but that food straight up infected me. I couldn't eat for the rest of the day. I remember this so vividly because her family made this big old feast, and I was just praying none of them noticed I didn't get a plate. Happy New Year and all that, We drive back, and on the way back, the family and I stop at a Euro place. Further proof I am doing nothing special.
Yes, looks about right to me.
January 1st, 2023. I step on the scale and get this. To the exact pound. Now, I know you're gonna say it's technically January, but I can't weigh 212 January 1st without that not also being my weight December 31st. God kept his word to the exact pound. Now, this was not me. We have documented proof that I was eating McDonald's the day before. I went from this to this in 3 months. That's God. And you wanna know the crazy part? He wasn't finished. Now, January was an interesting time for me because I actually refused the medicine after this. I found out something interesting about the medication. But for now, I actually have a video of me taking the medication. So here, finally, is a visual for you all.
Hello, hi. Okay, this is one of my last shots. So I wanted to make sure I actually record myself taking it for memories. So hi, Hunter, future, or person I'm showing this video to. Here's your tutorial on how to make. First, you pull your shirt up all the way up. Titties must be shown. Grab your pin that dropped on your floor. Okay, tuck it under your chin. Pop this thing. But before you pop this thing off, you want to grab the alcohol pad. You want to grab the alcohol pad, rub it, grab a chunk of your tummy, which has gotten smaller every time you've done this. It's been pretty cool. And you wipe a piece off. Okay, after you've wiped it, make sure it's clean. Maybe a little bit dry. You want to get this? See how it's locked? Unlock it. Take it to your thing. That didn't sound right, but you got it.
Very nice, very interesting. I had to stop. So the medicine came in a package of 4, and when it came time to restock, they said that I would have to lie and say I had diabetes to continue taking the medicine. Turns out, this isn't a weight loss medicine at all. It's a diabetic medicine, and it's on mass shortage due to people misusing it for weight loss. Now, I'll be honest, I was a little stuck at this moment. This medicine had taken me so far, but when I thought about it, this entire situation was so God-given that if I had to lie to stay in this position, I couldn't see him putting his hand on that. So, I stopped. Plus, I couldn't really stand here and confidently tell the story if it was, I stole medicine from the diabetic community. And that's problem 2. It's not a weight loss medicine. It's a diabetic medicine that's on shortage because people are using it as such. Thank you for sticking around this long, but I'm not going to be giving out the name of the medicine. Not because I want to gatekeep, but because I don't want to add to a growing problem. If you're upset, go to Google. It won't be hard to find. South Park is making an episode on this exact topic, but there's a reason I wanted to discuss this with you all. And that is because by it existing, it should give you hope in your situation. How do I know this? Viagra. Stick with me. It'll make sense in a moment. So we all know what Viagra is. If you don't, you are too young to watch my content. What everyone doesn't know is its origin. In the 1990s, scientists were working on a cardiovascular medicine to dilate the heart's blood vessels. It worked well on animals, so when they tested it on humans, they thought it would work the same. Instead, different blood vessels were dilated. Oopsie poops, we made $1 billion industry. So why do I bring this up? Just because a medicine is made for one use doesn't mean that that's its only use. This medicine is really good at helping diabetics in all the ways it does. It is also really good at helping a fat person lose a lot of weight. Without a doubt, I see a new or generic version of this being released that's specifically for weight loss. When will that happen? I don't know. But to continue in this hypothetical, should you even take the medicine? This medication was a blessing in so many ways, and I cannot emphasize enough how much it did for me. But what impacted me way more than any of the weight loss was proving in me, someone who I deemed fat loss as impossible, that weight loss was possible. While I loved every single pound of me, I still wanted better for myself. I was willing to put in the time and the work, but in my experience, the work didn't work and the time was just wasted. So if I could recommend this medicine to anybody, it would be for the hopeless. The person who loves themselves and is happy, but just doesn't believe it's possible to lose weight. I still have my concerns with everyone getting this medicine, because then you get insecure, healthy people develop eating disorders, or a fat person who hates themselves losing the weight but still hating themselves. This medicine could fix whatever on the outside, but if what's on the inside doesn't care for itself, the entire process falls apart. But whether you get the medicine or don't, you can't take it forever, which leads to either the most dangerous or most fulfilling part of this entire process: post-medication. So this was my biggest fear in January as I was taking my last shot. What happens now? I'll show you. January 25th, 205 pounds. February 8th, 207 pounds. February 25th, 214 pounds. And March 25th, 225 pounds. I was walking in a straight line backwards. I got off the medicine and every bad habit I had was waiting there patiently the entire time. The late night eating, the junk food, the whole foods that I would just eat 4 excess servings of. The only thing I had learned was to not eat, and that doesn't work when you're not on the not eat medicine. This medication is life-changing, but it's up to you to have your life changed. As you can see, it's been 2 years since my last shot, and I'm still in the best shape of my life. Most can't say that. When they ran out of medicine, progress stopped, and without it, they couldn't move forward at all. And I just feel called to tell this to everybody: not eating does not make you healthy. Weight loss medicine is real. I have firsthand experience with it. It is incredible, and it truly gave results and hope to a hopeless man. But it's not a perfect solution. In many cases, it can do great things, but for some, it can only stall or even progress a problem of body image. And all of this stands on the back of this medicine not existing for weight loss, but being misused by so many that those who actually need it are suffering without it. But soon will come a day when anyone who wants this can get it. But I really worry for those who use this and get a healthy body, but are stuck with a malnourished mind. If you've made it this far, first, I want to say thank you. Second, I want to give clarity to all those moments where I told you God told me this at that time or that at that time. I have a Google Doc written in December of 2021, a month I didn't even think that I would live to see. And in prayer, I asked God that if I'm going to continue in this life that I no longer wanted to live, I need to see a glimpse of what He saw for my life. And I just wrote down what He said. Now, I can't show you most of what's on this list, but I can show you the date created and the date modified. And as you can see, the first thing on this list was weight loss. But if I could ask you to stick around, I would love for both of us to see this whole list happen. But for now, come back in June where we're gonna go over weight loss. This is all documented in journals, notebooks, and photos. I have the history books right here. So tune in next month, and I'll see you then.